accepted without equivocation. Where is it at? Okay. Despite appearances, I wasn't playing a game and I wasn't taking it lightly. When questioning my moral character, please consider this caveat. I've not been saintly, but I've exerted no force, no trick, to bend anyone's will in these matters. My crime is recklessness, not malice. When the girl that I wanted to kiss drove to my house or invited me into hers to do so, I didn't say no. That's recklessness, and that's my crime. I can only hope that in retrospect, dude, I'm like halfway here. I can only hope that in retrospect it becomes clear that there was no overlap in my allegiance. I was not swimming with one person while engaging with the other. I'm certain this is a little comfort at this point, but it's the best that I can say for myself. When scrutinizing my villainy, I only ask that you not mistake me for a puppet master. I didn't pursue any course that wasn't eagerly made welcome to me. I didn't manipulate anyone with a lie. Despite these defenses, I do have shame, and am ashamed of my diminishing sense of delicacy and decency.
As a joke.
I would have Kylie know that I gave an honest effort to her, and I continue to remember us fondly. I think she's marvelous, and I did my best to show her so that in our conversation. I'm sorry. It would be foolhardy for either of you to assume that my wayward heart is to blame for me and Kylene's demise. What wasn't developing between us is too important to do without, and that was clear to us both. You and I made recent transgressions with crimes of familiarity and locality. I didn't immediately feel in my bones how thoughtless it was to Kylene, a simple consideration to which I've become sadly desensitized in these less sober days. As for you and I wish you had stood closer to me than to Justin that night at Subterranean. I wish you had been flattered by my obsession with you that night on the lakefront. I wish you had sat in the front seat of my car that Easter morning. You told Kylie to sit there next to me, and I felt something like an overexcited fool. I was a fan of yours since I saw your photograph on that heartbreaking website, and when we finally synthesized, you seemed to indicate that it wasn't for public consumption. I could only surmise that, where it mattered, you were averse to the idea altogether. I think, as a defensive measure, I'm not done yet, I began operating with my head and became curious about someone whose interest would be mutual and apparent. Unfortunately, that candidate was your best friend, and to each of our disappointments, God damn it, sorry. And to each of our disappointments, a great and justifiable poetry was not written between you and I. A great and justifiable poetry.
Goulet.
What? Goulet. It's a mess and it's my fault. This sentence can actually be the entire email.
Yeah.
It's a mess and it's my fault. I'm sorry to you both that I didn't defer to my better senses when faced with the circumstances of these affinities. Deferments made so much more difficult by the mutual nature of each interest. I've been stronger in the past, and I'll work to summon that strength again. However the smoke clears, I'll still want to show you my brain and smile at the way you say pajamas.